walang ka-ere. Parang, kumbaga, all the success has not gone to her head and whatever. But you know that but she knows that she's good. So, alam mo, she has the she has the
She didn't know that
No,
before.
no, no, no. What I'm saying is she has the confidence that she knows that she's good without coming across as
No, actually, we all knew she was good except her.
The Pod Network Entertainment.
Hello and welcome to Best 10 Bets. Ako po ang homegrown na si Butch Francisco at kasama ko an older version of Enrique Hill sa The Princess and I.
Uy,
Si
sobra
Leo
ka naman.
Katigbak.
So, para ito yung magiging itsura
itsura
ni
ni-
Enrique pag tumanda siya. Ay,
Yun.
okay na rin naman. May itsura naman si Enrique. So, okay
kaya
na rin.
nga,
Oh,
di ba?
okay.
Bakit ko sinabi yun?
Oh.
Kasi, di ba ang
This
Princess...
is the national costume of Bhutan.
Kung
The
saan
Go.
kinunan ang Princess and I, di ba?
Correct. For more than a decade ago.
Yun.
I just came from there recently. So, I really enjoyed my stay there. And nagpagawa ako ng...
So, itong suot na...
Ang tawag dito, Go. G-H-O.
Alice Go?
Hindi, Guo naman yun. Ito, Go.
Alice Go.
Hindi magkaibang liga. Ito kagalang-galang.
Okay. So, in other words, yan po ang suot ni Leo Katigbak. 7 days siya nasa Bhutan. Nung sumakay sa aeroplano, yan ang suot niya hanggang nakarating siya dito. Yun pa rin ang suot niya.
Marami lang different versions niya.
Okay.
Baka nagtataka rin kayo kung bakit ganito yung suot ko. Kasi our topic tonight are the
Today.
Homegrown, today kasi pwede palang madaling araw nyo pinapanood to. Our homegrown talents who have actually made a name for themselves abroad. And now, I'm sure lahat kayo may listahan dyan. Kanya-kanya, depende sa mga inabutan nyo, sa mga kakilala nyo. So ito naman yung magiging listahan ko na si Butch magko-comment. Kasi sabi ni Butch, ipapaubaya daw niya sa akin tong listahan na to.
Totoo, ikaw na mahilig magbiyahe.
Ganun ba yun? O di yung parang kasama na rin yung look ko ngayon dun sa akin.
Meron bang homegrown Pinoy na naging superstar sa Bhutan?
Ayun ang hindi ko.
May entertainment industry ba sila sa Bhutan?
Meron sila.
Talaga?
In fact, nung nandun ako, sa tapat ng hotel ko, yung Bhutan's Got Talent na finale.
Talaga?
So nanood pa ako. So before dinner, lumabas pa ako, umupo pa ako doon, nanood pa ako. Tapos ganito rin ang suot nila. Ganito yung suot ng crew, ganito yung suot ng host. Lahat ganyan.
So, pang formal yan din?
It depends on the material eh.
Sige, kantahin mo nga yung yung pinanalo, yung winning piece nung nanalo sa Bhutan's Got Talent.
Hindi naman English. Lingwahe naman nila yun.
Okay.
At saka baka mamaya magkameron tayo ng music rights issue.
Parang wala, covered ba sila ng Phil's Cup sa
Malay mo. Ikaw, napakamapang mata mo. Ha?
Hindi, kasi tinatanong ko lang kasi, di ba ang alam ko sa Bhutan, makakapunta ka lang dun if you're invited, parang... Hindi, tsaka parang...
Pero ako invited. You're not, no. There's a quota for the tourists.
Oo,
to go
parang
there.
pagka undesirable ka, hindi ka pwedeng pumasok. Kaya nga hindi ako makapunta.
Okay. Well, ako nakapunta ako hanggang doon sa temple maraming temple
ikaw,
nakapunta
ikaw na kayo magsige.
Okay.
Talagang mag-enjoy kayo ni Alice Go dyan sa suot mo.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, for this particular topic, actually, ang dami rin mga Pilipino na sumikat. Like, for example, even the likes of sina Jericho Rosales at saka sina Christine Reyes. Sumikat sila because of the popularity of Pangako Sa'yo. But for purposes of this list, this is a list of our homegrown talents who actually made it abroad either in theater or in music or in television.
Pero dapat household name yan sa kung saan sa mga bansang kung saan sila pinapanood. Dapat pag tinanong mo halimbawa, Leo Katigbak, dapat, he's very, very popular here. Dapat may ganun, ha?
Ay, nako. Ikaw magagaganyan ka na naman. O siya.
Wala na akong laban sa'yo kasi paano naman ako lalaban kay Nelo Nayo. Ilagi lumalabas sa Don.
Ikaw talaga pinapahaba mo yung opening. Okay.
Diba? Sino pa ba yung ibang mga Don? Kasi yung mga ibang Don na lagi naka suot na robe.
Saan?
Na satin. Sa mga Tagalog movies.
Ewan ko, ikaw mas nanonood ka. Okay, anyway, I think no list would be complete without Charisse, or better known as
Jake Cyrus.
Jake Cyrus now. Kasi yung kay Charisse, remarkable rin naman yung pagpasok niya noon eh. She was ended up being endorsed and supported by the likes of Oprah Winfrey, and David Foster. Tapos lumabas pa siya sa Glee. So in effect, she was really there. But I think that's one of the tricky parts also. You have to be very, very conscious also that, this career is also very, very volatile. Just as the fame can come, it can as easily disappear.
Kasi huwag ka makikipag-away sa mga kamag-anak mo. I think that para bang triggered yung dapat sana nandun na siya.
Yes. Isipin mo, you were able to penetrate the market. Your foot was already there. You were guesting in some of the biggest shows, and some of the most powerful people in the industry were the ones backing you up. So, kumbaga, to me, yun yung nasa iyo na pinakawalan mo pa. And that's why I think, di ba dati, lagi natin napapag-usapan, lalo na dun sa mga up and coming, dapat talaga, alam nila, may wisyo sila, may sense sila, saan pa patutungo tong karir na to? Hindi yung pag sumikat ka, biglang mag-iiba ugali mo, yayabang ka.
Parang hindi na, ako naman, to be fair to her, parang hindi ko naman napansin na nagbago ugali niya. Kasi I was dealing with her personally that time. Parang wala naman.
Well,
Nagpunta pa kami sa bahay niya sa Laguna. Wala naman. Pinakain naman kami ng puto binyan.
Okay. So, for whatever reason, sayang, that was already a foot in the door. And usually, lightning doesn't strike twice So, you're hoping na, tingnan natin. For my number 9, Heart Evangelista. As an influencer. Now, there are a lot of other influencers right now. I mean, sina Pia are already there, sina Ann are coming in. But you have to admit that Heart was the one who paved the way for it. She did it without the backing of, Pia's advantage was she was Miss Universe. So, mas nakakatulong yun. But si Heart, ginawa niya yan on her own. She did her connections on her own. It was really hard work from the bottom up. And I really have to give credit to what she has accomplished. Kasi pag may mga nakakausap ka rin ng foreigners, lalo na when it comes to the industry, they do know who Heart is. So, hindi lang dito sikat si
So,
Heart.
in other words, but outside of the fashion world, kilala ba siya?
Hindi pa.
Hindi.
Pero kasi, yun naman ang pinasok niya na world So I think you also have to calibrate it na pelikula ba yan, TV ba yan, music ba yan. Yun yung Pero in that particular area, and that's a very high profile area, she did make a name for herself. My number 8, Freddie Aguilar. A lot of people will remember na hindi naman anak ang nanalo sa Metro Manila Film Fest.
Kay ganda ng ating musika
ni
Ryan Cayabyab as
sung by Haji Alejandro.
Yes.
Interpreted by Haji. Pero ang anak was the one that resonated. Kaya di ba
translated into how many languages?
over 100 languages ata.
Okay.
Pagkatapos ang isa pa diyan, nag-boom yan sa karaoke. So in fact, it was one of the most sung songs before. And in fact, I think if the royalties scheme was already in place at that
Talo
time,
pa niyang My Way?
I wouldn't be surprised. Kasi pwedeng sasabihin mo yung My Way naman, certain country. Parang yan, ganito lang yan. Di ba sinasabi nila si Kylie Minogue hindi ganun kalaki? Pero pag tinignan mo si Kylie Minogue in so many different parts of the world, except maybe America, she's even bigger than a lot of the big stars in America. So, it's really a matter of perspective. Freddie Aguilar and anak were known. In fact, I remember when I was traveling before, people have asked me about Freddie and have asked me about anak. Sasabihin, kung hindi nila kilala si Freddie, sasabihin nila, that's a Philippine song, right? So nakakatuwa. And this was, before the time of social media.
Yeah.
Ngayon kasi, mas madali na for our artists to penetrate
Pero
the market.
ngayon, syempre, masikat na sa kanya si Jason Ivler. Yung pamangkin niya. Pero between anak at saka My Way, kung ako naman kakanta sa beer joint, anak nakakantahin ko kasi My Way, mababaril ka.
Tama. And ang feeling ko, yung sa pagkapanalo, yung achievement na yan ni Freddie, it also did pave the way eventually for the likes of Arnel Pineda.
Okay.
Di ba? Sa Journey, pagkatapos si Mig Ayesa sa In Excess. I mean, kumbaga, ang hinahanap mo lang yung mga openings sa ganyan. Right now, that opening or that gateway is the internet. But back in the day, it was the success of one particular singer or one particular artist. Okay. Ang number 7, I think you'd be familiar with her, Cecil Licad.
Oh yeah, of course.
Di ba?
Child prodigy.
Oo. At saka ang difference naman kay Cecil Licad, ang lahat din i-describe siya, she is a person of pure instinct and training. So nagsanib yung dalawang yun.
So widow siya nag-umpisa?
That I'm not sure. It's possible that she studied how the songs or the compositions would work. But pag instinct kasi, I think it's how you perform. Yung, di ba, yung kung instinctive actress ka, pwede mo kasing halimbawa method ang gagamitin mo, pero yung iba ang gagawin mo, pure instinct o yung emotion na nararamdaman mo. And, di ba, pag nakita mo na ba siya mag-perform?
Well, yes, actually.
Ano,
Pero a long time ago.
Kasi nag-guest namin siya sa Ryan Musikahan dati. And I remember also going to the Cultural Center of the Philippines to watch her perform. Pag si Cecil Licad nagpo-perform, ang feeling mo, sinasaniban siya, she's possessed. Yung nakikita mo yung intensity nung pag-perform. Pero my God, the music when you hear it naman, kakaibang level rin naman yung excellence ng music niya.
Si Linda Blair kaya kapag pinagpiano mo.
Parang ang feeling ko medyo matatakot naman ata ako dyan.
Talo niya si Cecily. Hindi kaya ni Cecily magpaikot ang ulo.
Oo. At saka at that time, she was one of the youngest musicians to receive
Hindi,
the Levin Clint
remember,
Media.
nung kasama ni Imelda Marcos, yan talagang this tall.
Correct.
Di ba?
Oo. Pero alam mo, that's why to me,
At saka ang gumanda, ang laki ng ginanda niya nung nagdalaga, di ba?
But hindi lang naman siya, kahit naman si Rowena Arrieta eh.
Yeah.
If you remember Rowena Arrieta.
Yeah, I remember Rowena
Pero
Arrieta.
si Rowena she was very, very accomplished also. Pero ibang level si Cecil Licad. Okay.
Hindi, at saka ako talaga, pag yung pianista,
Oo.
at saka yung ganyang classical music,
Oo.
saludo ko dyan because hindi lahat nabibiyayaan ng ganyang talent.
Correct. At saka I just want to reiterate, itong mga to, sumikat sila at the time that there were no other Filipinos in the field who were excelling. They were the ones who broke into the market. Parang kumbaga sila yung nag-break ng glass ceiling na dati hindi na-accomplish ng Pilipino. Kaya sobrang nakaka-proud na wala silang mechanism na pinopromote sila ng ganitong manager o ng ganitong manager.
When every other foreigner thought we lived in trees.
Correct. Which brings me to my number 6. Kasi ito, all the more impressive sa akin. Ana Baile.
Ito ba yung Batis Walk?
Oo.
Okay.
There is an Ana Baile walk that was actually part of a song called Walk. Most of you will remember Melanie Marquez. Melanie Marquez, supermodel.
Eileen Ford.
Sa Ford Agency. But Ana Baile was a supermodel at the time na wala pa sina Cindy Crawford. In fact, at that time, she was one of the highest paid models on the runway. And this was in the mid-70s, And her career was until the early 90s. Tapos, remember, ang tinatawag sa kanya rin dati. And I think this is more of a rumor. I'm not sure Di ba ang tawag sa kanya, kabayo?
Bakit?
Kasi, hindi sa pag-walking dito sa pagpadyak. Ang sinasabi kasi nila, yung mga models noon, sina Iman, sina Paulina Poriskova, sina Cheryl Tiggs, di ba, matatangos ang ilong. Si Ana Baile looks very, very Filipino.
Maganda Pilipina.
Merong tumatawag sa kanya ng But I think it was not derogatory. It was just parang, I guess more of a pet name. But ang nakakatuwa dito, and for you guys watching, if you were to go to the internet, because she was working with the biggest fashion designers of the time, she was the muse of Thierry Mugler, who's celebrating his 50th anniversary now, ang sinasabi nila, ang makikita nyo, na-record ang karamihan ng ginawa ni Ana Baile noon. That's why makikita mo rin siya. 'Di ba, one of the things that I always found amusing is when the models would walk the runway, parang 'di ba, parang meron silang padyak ng kabayo. Si Ana Baile glides on the stage.
Tigdig. Parating na si Ana Baile.
Hindi. Ana Baile glides on the stage. Kasi parang 'di ba yung sinasabi mo yung style ng paglalakad niya.
Okay. Hindi ko siya nakita naglakad.
No. You can see it in the videos. Her style of walking, di ba nakaliyad nga eh.
Para Pilita Corrales lang.
Ano siya? Liyad na gano'n. Pero yung mas para ka nagtitipto, it's like walking na ayaw mong madumihan ng paa mo sa rice patties. That's actually how her walk looks like. And then, when she walks on the stage, yung iba, parang nagmamarcha. Si Ana Baile, she sways on the stage. That's why
Baka naman may iniiwasan ng bubog.
Ikaw, dina-downplay mo eh.
Hindi. No. Of course, syempre. Pero, how did they pronounce her name? Bail?
Ana Bail.
Oo.
Pero sa Pilipino, Ana Bail. And, when they came out with a list of the top models of the 70s and 80s, number 3 si Ana Bail.
Sino mas magaling? Siya o si Melanie Marquez?
Siya.
Talaga? Okay.
Oh yeah. Yun yung sa akin. I am not downplaying the accomplishments of Melanie Marquez. But what Ana Baile accomplished, being the first Asian top model, hindi ginagamit ng supermodel nun eh. ang supermodel talaga ginamit nung dumating na si Naomi Campbell, who she trained.
Talaga?
Oh, because she was the generation before sina Naomi Campbell eh. Sina Naomi, nag-umpisa sila late 80s, early 90s, pasikat na sila. Si Anna, at the top of her game, nag-retire siya.
Sino ba yung nagsabi na supermodel na I'm not waking up
Linda Evangelista.
to anything less than $10,000?
Sinabi naman ni Linda
Talaga?
Evangelista yan eh. Which she came to regret.
Because
Because the supermodels were already getting a bad reputation eh. Because
diva.
yes, and they made the shows about themselves, not
Okay.
about the designers. Si Ana Baile, kaya gustong-gusto ng mga designers, she made the designers shine.
Kaya nga gustong-gusto ng mga foreigners sa mga Pilipino nagtatrabaho abroad. Kasi di ba para bang hindi mareklamo, hindi maangas.
Pero ano, ang sinasabi pa, alam mo ba pre-med student siya?
Talaga?
Tapos dream niyang maging model. And again, she made her way on her own. Pagkatapos, nakita siya ni Thierry Mugler, in-insist na siya yung maging muse. Nung naglakad siya sa stage, na windang silang lahat. Pagkatapos, sina Oscar de la Renta and all of the others started getting her. So for practically 2 decades, she was the reigning queen of the runway.
Hi, I'm Joelle, and I'm back. Did you miss me? I wouldn't call this a season 2, but rather just another era with more lessons, realizations, and thoughts from all the overthinking. And it's not just gonna be me this time. We'll have special guests, other POVs, para mas marami pa tayong masagot na paano kungs ng buhay to hopefully help you find the answers you're looking for. Tara, this is Joelle's podcast, Paano Kung.
So, Pilipino yan ha. Before every other Filipino had social media to promote themselves, she made it on her own. Kaya sobrang nakakabilib.
Sino ba nauna sa kanila ni Ping Valencia?
Ay, hindi ko naman. Kailan ba si Ping Valencia nag-umpisa? She started kasi mid-70s eh.
60 si Ping Valencia.
Oo, hindi nauna naman si ano.
Okay. Pero kilala mo si Ping Valencia.
I've heard of the name, pero I've
Dating
never
asawa ni Ronnie Rogoff. Na napangasawa ni Sherry Hill.
Okay.
Okay.
My number 5, another Filipina, Joanna Ampil.
Oh yeah.
Si Joanna Ampil, ang nakakabilib sa kanya is she's not classically trained. So it's really instinctive. It's not like si Nelea who had the training of
Yeah.
repertory and whatever. Parang she went from straight out of college to West End without literally any theater training. So a lot of it is purely instinctive. And, same trajectory. She's done a lot of different roles, Les Miserables and whatever.
Cats
Mm.
sa Shanghai.
Correct. And, she does different roles. So, right now, I think si Joanna splits her time between Manila and abroad. So, nakakatuwa naman that
Or Winner.
yan,
Yeah.
Okay. Number 4, and ewan ko kung ka dito, Inigo. No, you have to remember, it's not easy to get a role in a primetime TV show, Monarch of Fox. And in fact, Inigo had to beat a lot of other people, a lot of other Americans, Australians, for casting role. Tapos ang role pa niya doon, pinanindigan yung pagka-Pilipino niya. And in fact, if you look at his role in the TV show, his role is parang the way you would look at the roles of, halimbawa, di ba, may Jody Santa Maria ka, sila Susan Sarandon yon. Sila yung next in line na So parang kumbaga, above the title talent pa rin sila.
Para kanta yun
Alin?
Next in line.
No.
Hindi, ang galing kantahin ng tatay niya. Di ba?
Pero ito, he did it on his own. Pagkatapos, when he appeared there, hindi siya nakawawa. Pag nakita mo siya, he was holding his own against all of the other US actors. So, the big question, this was last year So, the big question is, what does Inigo follow it up with? Kasi, yun yung parang the Cherise question Nakapasok ka na That means he probably is a member already of the Screen Actors Guild. So when you are already at that level, that means you have the opening, you will be considered by other casting directors. So to me, the big question is how will he follow it up?
Actually, I'm just happy for him kasi hindi siya na masyadong na-appreciate sa Pilipinas.
Hindi nga.
Aminin na natin, no?
Tuwan-tuwa nga ako yung mga litrato niya, nayakap-yakap siya ni Susan Sarandon.
Okay. So,
Eh,
nainggit kasi si Papa P.
Ewan ko lang.
At then, hindi pa siya naaakap ni Susan Sarandon.
Oh, well, baka.
Pero hindi, syempre, proud si
But
Piolo sa kanya.
what was interesting was if there was a second season, kasi na-cancel siya after the first season If there was a second season, they were gonna, alam ko, they were considering bringing in Piolo as the biological father
Mhm.
of
That would
Inigo
be very
in-
interesting.
in Monarch. But it's one of those things. What could have been? Parang yung mga shows na pinapanood mo sa mga Netflix na nakakancel after one season. Ganun talaga yan eh.
Hindi ako hanggang hindi pa tapos yung pinapanood ko eh.
Ganon?
Parang nasa 8,568 episodes na.
Okay. Ang number 3 ko, matagal na natin pinapanood, Cher Calvin.
Oh,
Because you
yeah.
have to remember, Cher started...
Emmy winner yan.
International Emmys. Pero ganito.
At friend ko yung tatay.
Oh,
Kilala mo yung tatay?
Oh, si Roger Calvin. I've met him several times. I've had dinner with him also.
Mm.
So si Cher, she started in Studio 23 with F.
Mhm.
Pagkatapos
Sila Angel Aquino, di ba?
si Angel Aquino tsaka Daphne Paez, Oxenia Paez. Pagkatapos nag-ano rin yan nag-News Central rin yan kasama si Mari Caimo. Pagkatapos si Ria Tanwat Cotrillo yung pangatlong kasama nila. But I think ultimately, even when I was talking to Cher before, what she really wanted was to go and break into news in the States. So nung umalis siya dito, what she really wanted naman was to be a newscaster abroad.
Mhm.
So nung umalis siya, nag-Fox 5 sa Las Vegas, and at that time my sister was staying there. So whenever I would go to Las Vegas, I would actually see Cher every time, and she would invite me. I would meet her coworkers. So natuwa ako after her contract with Fox 5 ended. She moved to LA, tapos KTLA, and she's been there for over a decade already. And KTLA is the biggest local news network in Los Angeles. At saka yun yung CW affiliate dati.
Was she named after Cher?
Parang ata. Pero I'm not sure. I could not be sure. I remember we talked about it. Parang sinabi ata niya na influence doon. But I cannot categorically say it.
Di ba nanay niya doktora?
I think so.
Si Delia, if I'm not mistaken. Tapos tatay niya si Roger Calvin na favorite leading man ni Divina Valencia.
Okay.
Nanay ni Drandred.
Oo.
Tandang baba na. Okay.
Oo nga eh. So, but in that time, Cher started with the morning show. She started doing news breaks. Then she did the morning show. And then eventually she made her way to prime time. So in fact, si Cher, ang dami-dami na niyang nilalabasan. She was also appeared as herself in the TV show ni Kira Sedgwick. So nakakatuwa yung accomplishments ni Cher. I'm really so proud of her. So every time I go to LA, I also still make it a point to see her. And to Cher's credit, she really does make time to see her old friends. Kaya
Pero mas mukha siyang Pinay, no? Kaysa sa tatay niya.
Oo. I think naman kasi dahil sa halo ng nanay.
Mas puro yung tatay niya eh. Mas maraming halo na American blood.
Number 2 ko, Dolly De Leon. You have Dolly De Leon who started in Triangle of Sadness, and she started making waves with that one. Pero after...
She started with Us.
Ha?
She started with Us.
Bakit? Foreign ba yung... Di ba Triangle of Sadness foreign movie?
O bakit? Nirelease din naman abroad yun
Sige.
Okay.
So, she was noticed with that one. And nakakatuwa naman with Dolly. She juggles local and foreign projects. I remember seeing her, I think, a year or so ago sa birthday party ni Dan Villegas. Tapos and that was the first time I really actually got to chat with her a long time. Pagkatapos sabi ko nga, you're going to be in 9 Perfect Strangers with Nicole Kidman. Sabi niya, I already received the scripts for it. I think she had received half of the scripts for it already. Pero syempre, naka-confidentiality clause yung mga yan. Hindi niya naman ikukwento sa akin kung ano yung storya. But I'm very curious what her role is going to be there. Kasi Manny Jacinto was in the first season. Filipino-Canadian. Yeah. So si Dolly naman nandun sa second season. So I'm curious. And if you're watching the movie The Jackpot, na ang bida si John Cena at saka si Aquafina, nandun din si Dolly De Leon. She was in the opening segment.
Aquafina of
the comedian,
Crazy Rich Asians.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she was there. Tapos ang ka-eksena niya si Sean William Scott, who you might remember from the American Pie movies and the Lethal Weapon TV show. Siya yung bida doon. Actually, maganda yung eksena nila doon eh. Si Dolly naman plays, hindi ko matandaan kung a mother or a grandmother kasi baby yung hawak niya eh, pero hindi determined yung age niya.
So talang nung araw ko makain lang kami sa Styro na may ang kanin tapos ang ulam namin chicken curry na puro buto. Di ba?
Pero nakakatuwa sa kanya talaga pagkausap mo siya, she's just being Dolly.
Yeah.
Walang ka-ere. Parang, kumbaga, all the success has not gone to her head and whatever. But you know that but she knows that she's good. So, alam mo, she has the she has the
She didn't know that before.
No. What I'm saying is she has the confidence that she knows that she's good without coming across as
No, actually, we all knew she was good except her.
Usually lang ganyan.
Hindi,
Ganyan rin.
hindi.
Mas believe ka. Yung tao kasi, mahirap rin pag masyado kang bumilib sa sarili mo and then you don't hit
Hindi,
your
kasi nga,
targets.
di ba dito, puro tertiary roles siya nung umpisa.
Correct.
Parang
correct.
lady judge,
Oo.
doktor na isang eksena, di ba? Pero doon ka nga magugulat na kahit isa eksena nito, nagmamarka.
Correct.
Yun.
Correct.
And
Okay.
mas malaki na itulong niya sa akin.
Oo. So I'm really so happy with the success of that. Brings me to my number 1, Lea Salonga. I think
Of
at,
course.
at this point there's really no one. I mean, from West End to Broadway, she's been on television with Pretty Little Liars. She's done a Hallmark movie with Jeff Daniels and John Lithgow. And she continues to amass talent and accolades and whatever. Ang maganda kay Lea, she's still quite young. So alam mo na ang layo pa ng kaya niyang
mararating.
ma-accomplish. Ang dami pa ng kaya niyang magawa. So nakakatuwa
Wow,
naman.
she looks good here.
Actually, ang ganda-ganda nga ni. Every time nakita mo ba yung Madame Tussauds na...
Yeah, yung the wax.
Tinitin ako, sabi ko, teka sandali, pag magkatabi sila at hindi mo alam kung alin yung totoo, ang ganda nung pagkagawa ng Madame Tussauds na wax statue niya, ha?
Well, hindi ko ini-imagine ko meron kang wax figure na nakaganyan.
Pwede rin. O sige,
Hindi, pero
basta,
hindi.
Basta ba magpapapicture ka sa tabi ko, eh.
May posporo ko.
Sama, sisilaban mo.
Matutunaw yung
Ang sama.
Hindi,
ang sama.
kasi baka brown out noon.
Oo.
So, lalagyan lang ito ng wick sa ulo.
Mm-mm.
Hindi, eto lang just to show you na nga, talaga yung ascent niya sa international stardom, talagang nandun na. Nung umpisa, nag-uumpisa pa lang siya, yung kumanta siya ng Aladdin sa Oscars. Doon sa may mga Oscar books kasi na nabibili, di ba? Ang spelling ng pangalan niya, Solanga. Oo, talagang ilang libro, Solanga. Pero ngayon,
At least tama na.
tama na, Lea Salonga na. Oo. And parang doon ako piko na piko. Ano pa naman to? Hindi pa makuha yung pangalan. Pero ngayon, well, she's made it.
Tama. And this is a living list. That's what I
May
like to
question
call it.
lang ako. Hindi mo sinama si Manny Pacquiao?
Actually, I thought he was originally in my list, eh. Kaya lang parang do I limit it to kasi parang nag-ibang field siya. So, at saka yung kay Manny Pacquiao kasi parang ang feeling ko, ang konti nung talagang makaka-achieve nung ginagawa niya. Kasi hindi katulad ng modeling, singing, and acting.
No.
Ang dami pwedeng sumunod.
But pag sinabi yung Manny Pacquiao, everyone...
Well, that's true.
Oo.
Actually, Manny Pacquiao was in my list, and in fact, naglalaban sila ni Lea sa number 1 and number 2 originally. But
So sobrang biglang all of a sudden nalaglag siya from the top 10.
No, it was a conscious decision on my part na because sports yung sa kanya. Kasi pag yung sport by the same
Sports and entertainment come hand in hand.
Correct. Di pwede ko na ilagay si Carlos Yulo. So
Yun na nga yun na nga yung second question ko. Hindi, curious.
No,
Okay.
it was a conscious decision not to include sports, eh. Kasi yung sa akin, I just wanted to limit it.
Hindi, okay. So of course, si Carlos Yulo is
Si Maydilin, sina Paing Nepomuceno.
No. Naalala mo nung 1976 Montreal Olympics na sumikat si Nadia Comaneci. Pero
magkasunod sila ni Olga Corbut.
Comaneci daw eh. Pero, di ba, hindi ko alam kung Carlos Yulo parang made the same impact na ginawa ni Nadia in 1976 in the same
I think the
field.
reason Nadia made such an impact was because of her age also. She
was very young.
She was very, very young. Si Carlos is already in his 20s. I think Nadia was early teens.
14 yata.
Parang kumbaga exceptional yung ganun kabata.
Hindi, tsaka iba talaga yung pagbabae yata.
Hindi, tsaka iba ata pag Russian. Kasi parang yung sa kanila naman...
Romanian.
Communist pa kasi siya nun, eh.
Oo.
Remember, it was still part of the communist bloc. No?
Ngayon, kaya lang si Carlos ngayon is, unfortunately, yung kanyang victory, imbis sa maligaya lahat ng tao, si EJ Obiena tuloy ang lumulutang.
Well, yung sa akin, kasi, parang if I included sports, ang daming sports na pwede pumasok. Because even the likes of Paing Nepomuceno was internationally famous
sa bowling.
Sa bowling dati.
Yeah.
Eugene Torre for chess.
Of course.
So ang sa akin, saan ka gagalaw? Pag ganun. So,
Si Eugene Torre nagkaroon ng kissing scene with Connie Reyes. Basta't isipin mong mahal kita. Torre yun ha.
no. Ako, ganito lang kasimple eh. Ang nanay ko, kung ganun ako moment, hindi niya gagawin yung ginawa ng nanay na. Ibibigay niya sa akin yung moment na yun. Hindi i-eksena ng nanay ko.
Ba't hindi mo sinabang yung iniidolong si Jokoy? Ang lalim nun ha.
Hindi. It's hindi. Homegrown, remember Jokoy was in my other list. Ito homegrown pinag-uusapan natin. Si Jokoy naman,
Ay, sige, ito na. Si Lou Diamond Phillips.
doon rin siya sa isang listahan.
Hindi, dito pinanganak yun hanggang 3 years old. Dito natutong lumakad
Hindi
yun.
naman pinanganak pinag-usapan. Yung dito, nagkapangalan na dito bago sumikat abroad. Lahat naman ito nagkapangalan dito bago sumikat abroad eh.
Di ba sikat si Lou Diamond Phillips dito? Di ba ang pangalan nga niya galing sa barko?
Kahit na, pero doon
Sa
naman siya
Subic.
At saka you have to remember, when Lou Diamond Phillips was starting, he was identifying as Latino. He was not identifying as Filipino. Later na lang naman siya nag-identify as Filipino eh. So, yung sa akin, that Beanie has been making a name. And Beanie has been making a name internationally. Pagkatapos tingnan natin, ano bang mangyayari sa SB19? And, there are some other people. Remember, there was a time, Josephine Banig Roberto. Parang Cherries rin yun eh. But missed the opportunity.
Ito ba naging banig kasi nagwiwiwi sa banig?
So, I think so.
I think
Tapos diba lumabas siya sa show ni Arsenio Hall, diba?
Yeah.
Pagkatapos, other people like sina John Briones, after they did Miss Saigon, they've actually been doing roles in Hollywood movies. Maybe not the big ones, but they've been doing roles in Hollywood. Princess Punsalan has been appearing in several TV shows.
Okay.
So yung sa akin, ito lang, parang, kaya siguro I'm fascinated with this list. From the time na nakita ko si Karina Afable sa Barney Miller, parang 10:30 ng gabi yun sa Channel 7. Dati.
Karina Afable ay ang auntie ni Ryan Agoncillo.
Pero yung sa akin, nandun siya sa last scene ng Barney Miller. She burst into the scene. After that, ang sa feeling ko, I can't wait to see all the other Filipinos who will make their name international.
Siya ang ghost singer ni Susan Roses.
Ayan.
Oo.
Yung mga ibang trivia galing kay
Okay.
Butch.
And before, mag-end ka na ba?
Oh.
And before we end, kasi we got a text from Tech Agbayani ng Emerald Forest. Nagpaprotesta daw po siya bakit hindi siya sinama ni Leo Katigbak sa mga homegrown talents who made it big in Hollywood.
She's not in my top 10. Doesn't mean that she's not in my top 20.
Okay. Tech Agbayani, top 20 raw.
So, yun yung ano.
Sino ba?
What about other people?
Nag-text din si Dimples Cooper from The Grave.
No. But somebody else, like, Joaquin Valdez. Joaquin started in theater here. But he has been performing in the West End for like the last decade. And
Si Joaquin Valdez ba yung lumabas sa Ninyo?
Ay, hindi ko alam.
Yung kay Fides Cuyugan na
I'm not sure.
in the movie.
I didn't see
Bata
that.
pa siya, di ba?
Joaquin is probably in his 30s.
Bata pa siya nung nag-umpisa siya sa Ninyo.
Pero yun, to me,
Okay.
he was one of our hosts in Breakfast. He used to do a lot of local theater. Then he went to London. And in fact, even during the pandemic, talo pa niya yung ibang mga British actors. He had plays and musicals in London at the time of the pandemic. So, nakakatuwa.
Nag-Viber din pala si Rosa de Rosario kasi kasama siya sa Anna and the King of Siam.
Oo, sige. Pero kumbaga, after that naman, hindi mo na rin naman natatandaan.
Naalala ko.
Ikaw. Sige. Okay. So on that note, si Butch, nginingitian na lang ako lagi ng nginingitian dito sa episode na to. Pinaubaya niya sa akin.
Okay.
So,
Paano ko makokontrahen si Enrique Hill 40 decades later?
sobra. Baka mamaya magalit si Enrique Hill sa'yo.
Bakit?
Baka mainsulto siya.
Hindi naman mukhang kung ganito itsura mo Enrique Hill tuloy. Enrique Hill. Matuwa ka na, at least dignified, di ba?
Okay,
Mukha ka na doon. Pagdating doon.
Kaya naman, namimiss ko tong si Butch eh. Talaga namang, yung mga papuri niya sa akin, although on camera lang yan naman ginagawa, pero yung mga papuri naman niya sa akin mukhang heartfelt.
Hindi, kasi,
diba?
thank you dun sa, sa souvenir. Na,
Sige.
abay,
Pero mo naaalala kita, kahit binubuisit mo ko minsan.
Madalas.
So on that note, ito ho si Leo Katigbak. I hope you enjoyed the list. We have a lot of very talented homegrown talents, and the hope is always that they would break into the into the international field, so that the rest of the world can see na ang galing-galing talaga ng mga Pilipino, mapasaan mang category. Pagkanta, pag-arte, sports, pagsusulat,
Pang-scam. May mga scammer din.
sana ho nandun tayo sa best 10 list o top 10 list for our skill and talent, at hindi tayo dahil tayo ang pinakamaraming magtapon ng basura sa dagat. Di ba? Nakita mo ba yung listahan?
Canada yun.
Ha? Hindi. Ano ka?
Pero di ba pinadala na dito yung basura nila nun? So anyway, ako po si Butch Francisco. Sana through the Filipino channel abroad ay makilala din kami ni Leo Katigbak abroad.
Milalapit na ho para magpa-autograph sa amin.
Sa kasi hindi, di ba? Talagang TFC talaga tayo, di ba?
Actually sa TFC, marami pong salamat TFC.
Salamat.
Marami kaming natatanggap ng mga comments. Marami hong nagsasabi sa amin, napapanood ka namin sa TFC. So nakakataba naman ho ng puso ang inyong pagsuporta dito sa aming programa ni Butch Francisco.
Oo, kasi hello sa aking Auntie Dolly at saka sa aking Auntie Emmy. Nanonood pag pinapalabas tayo habang naglalaro sila ng bingo.
Yung iba kong kaibigan sabi nila sa beauty parlor daw tayo napapanood.
Talaga?
Habang nagpapagupit at nakaganon yung mga tao, nakabukas daw sa TFC, doon tayo napapanood.
Okay, so hindi tayo sinaseryoso.
Ibig sabihin nag-enjoy sila habang nagpapaganda sila.
Sige, habang sila nagpapamani and pedi.
Money and pedi and kung ano-ano pa.
Okay, maraming salamat. Until next time. And we'll be back dito sa Best 10 Bets. Butan Edition.
The opinions of podcast creators, hosts, and guests are not necessarily reflective of the official stance of the Pod Network Entertainment, its hosts, or other network programs. The content created by the people behind the podcast is personal and not meant to harm any religion, ethnicity, group, organization, company, or individual.